Hi, so I'm here today with Reed Lester with Movement Mortgage, one of our preferred lenders, and we just thought it might be good to talk about situations that come up when you are purchasing a home. You have to go over asking price. Appraisals may not come in at what that purchase price is. So just wanted to kind of get it from a lender about what we do to handle those situations. So Reed, can you give us some tips?
Yeah, absolutely. And Cheyenne's exactly right. Unfortunately, it's a little more common these days with how competitive the market is. But really, we have two options when an appraisal comes in short. Any lender is always going to go off of the appraised value versus the price. So typically, you're either going to have to bring the difference in cash. So to use easy numbers, if you're buying a house for $100,000, it only appraises at $90,000. You're having to bring an extra $10,000 in cash to the closing table to bridge that gap. Option two, which is also pretty popular these days, is we kind of reallocate the funds that you're already using. So for instance, let's say you're putting down 10% to start. The appraisal comes in low. Maybe we adjust that down payment from 10% to only 5%, and we kind of use that money that we're saving in that category to then apply it to the appraisal shortage. So at the end of the day, as a buyer, you're not really bringing any extra cash to the closing table. We're really just using the funds you had already planned to use to allocate them differently between the seller shortage and also for the down payment. So that's typically what I see most to kind of help navigate that situation.
Okay. What about, are you having a lot of first-time home buyers with 100% financing? They just, I guess, need to have a savings in place to kind of come up with that difference. Are there
correct, yeah,
programs, I guess, or anything like that for those situations?
So it's tough. It's a difficult time for buyers, obviously, right now of any kind, but certainly first-time home buyers or folks that are putting down less money. We do offer down payment assistance programs through like North Carolina Housing that can help, again, with the cash factor. In addition to that, I'm always trying to find kind of a backup plan for the backup plan. So maybe they have a little bit in savings that we can use for an appraisal shortage, or maybe there's a parent or relative that they could go to, worst case scenario, to get a gift to kind of do that. So we're digging a little bit deeper on the cash side and the asset side of things. Or maybe you have a 401k you can tap if you have to. It's never preferred for most folks, but it's good to know what your options are before you get in the situation. So that's why I'm kind of talking folks through that up front, where, okay, if this situation happens, what are we going to do? And if, plan for the worst and hope for the best is kind of the best strategy in this market. So we're doing a lot to prepare folks for that as well.
That's good. So you want to get with your lender ahead of time, play out all the scenarios of what the situation may be so that you're prepared to make your best offer when the property hits the market.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Rita. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.